Mini episode 579 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by The Unheard Scene, your home for great music interviews of all stripes. Follow them on the web at unheardscene.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 579 of the FDH Lounge and our presentation of the FantasyDraftHelp.com Insider, now in its 12th year. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris with our list of the make-or-break players in fantasy football for 2015. Most fantasy owners value most fantasy players in about the same range. It's the outliers that will elevate or devastate your team. Today we have 5 categories of players who are the most likely to make or break your fantasy football team in 2015. The undervalued, the overvalued, the sleepers, the breakthrough players, and the wild cards. The sleepers and the breakthroughs should be fairly self-explanatory. The undervalued and overvalued players are the ones where we differ the most from the average on our Experts Draft Board, a compilation of several leading industry magazines and websites. They're the players who cause us to go out on a limb and tell you that they're worth either more or less than you might think. And the wild cards represent the players who represent wide ranges of opinion on the Experts Draft Board. Some draft boards list them high, some list them low, so they're the most unpredictable players in your draft or auction this year. Depending on the draft board in front of your competitors, you won't have much of an idea about where your peers are slotting them. In a moment, the undervalued, overvalued, sleepers, breakthrough players, and wild cards for fantasy football in 2015. Folks, you're listening to the FantasyDraftHelp.com Insider.
Mr. Environmental is also a hunter. It's kind of an interesting combination.
I hunt quail, Jeremy. They're overpopulated in this region, and they're decimating the grubworm population. You got a problem with that?
Nearly as much as I do with the attire that you have on, or just your general point of view towards everybody. But let's go kill some birds. I'm psyched.
Okay, here's the undervalued players for this year. Quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater and Eli Manning. Running back, Justin Forsett, Doug Martin, and Joseph Randall. Wide receiver, Deshaun Jackson, Brandon LaFell, Jarvis Landry, Torrey Smith, and Kenny Stills. Tight end, Larry Donnell. And here's the overvalued ones. Quarterback, Colin Kaepernick and Cam Newton. Running back, Le'Veon Bell, Darren McFadden, and Latavius Murray. Wide receiver, Kelvin Benjamin, John Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Michael Floyd, Vincent Jackson, Allen Robinson, Steve Smith, and Mike Wallace. Tight end, Jordan Cameron and Antonio Gates. Here are the sleepers. Quarterback, Blake Bortles. Running back, Amir Abdullah and David Cobb. Wide receiver, Devontae Adams, Brandon Cooks, Jarvis Landry, Cody Latimer, and Kenny Stills. Tight end, Owen Daniels, Zach Ertz, and Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Here are the breakthrough players. Quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Running back, Carlos Hyde and Joseph Randall. Wide receiver, Brandon Cooks, Charles Johnson, Cody Latimer, and Jordan Matthews. Tight end, Zach Ertz. And here are the wild cards. Quarterback, Tom Brady, Joe Flacco, Nick Foles, Carson Palmer, Alex Smith, and Jameis Winston. Running back, Amir Abdullah, Jay Ajayi, Monty Bell, Joik Bell, Albert Blue, David Cobb, Niall Davis, Jonas Gray, David Johnson, Duke Johnson, Doug Martin, Bishop Sankey, Charles Sims, Zach Stacy, Lorenzo Taliaferro, Robert Turbin, Terrence West, and Danny Woodhead. Wide receiver, Devontae Adams, John Brown, Martavis Bryant, Marcus Colston, Brandon Cooks, Victor Cruz, Philip Dorsett, Julian Edelman, Malcolm Floyd, Michael Floyd, Devin Funchess, Dorial Green-Beckham, Alan Hums, Vincent Jackson, Andre Johnson, Brandon LaFell, Cody Latimer, Devontae Parker, Brashad Perryman, Devin Smith, Steve Smith, Torrey Smith, Kevin White, Terrence Williams, and Kendall Wright. Tight end, Dwayne Allen, Martellus Bennett, Owen Daniels, Eric Ebron, Tyler Eifert, Cody Fleener, Travis Kelce, Greg Olson, Jordan Reed, Richard Rogers, Austin Safarian-Jenkins, Delaney Walker, and Max Williams. These are our most critical lists of players for the 2015 season. For more in-depth coverage, including our draft board and proprietary ultimate quantitative baseline statistic, check out Fantasy Football Draftology 2015, our annual guide, which will be coming your way very shortly for free on the brand new redesigned FantasyDraftHelp.com. Thanks for tuning in, and go break off some value on your opponents in fantasy sports.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the periodic table of elements.